Hello, my name is Joseph Andrew Jensen Sr. I'm a reverend, and I'm here to talk to the whole world. Very important. I was going to make this first video to Jeff Bezos, to Bill Gates, to Satoshi Nakamoto, and to Donald Trump at one time, asking them 2 days ago, as I asked them on a tape that I recorded, for $4 billion a piece, not to donate, but to invest. Today's changed. Okay, I'm in my room in Bujumbura, and I'm kind of irritated. I just took a long video, made a long video, but it's got all messed up. Okay, here's the point: Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. The whole world needs to hear this, okay? Consider me as taking bets on horses, okay? I'm the one that knows who's going to win the race. I know who the winner's going to be in tomorrow's race, okay? Take a bet. I'm God's messenger. In 2019, I was made God's messenger. On June the 9th, 2019, I was in an argument with God. I'm autistic, and I've always had arguments with God since I was 3 years old. But God's been my best friend, closest. He's been a father to me, a brother to me, my best friend, always. But here's the point. I never heard God until I'm 72 years old now. And in 2019, I was 68 and never heard from God. Then he talked to me loud and clear in my brain. And he said, "Joe, please quit blaming me. I don't have any hands to help you or stop anybody. I don't have any feet to run save you from a fire or go run and put one out. I don't have a mouth to call 111. Then like God could do, virus every synapse in that brain, like the day you was first born. Heart's going to 1,000 miles an hour, you know? And he says all of a sudden, we call it turning on the lights. He turned on the lights. Yeah, we let this world get this way. God even said even Satan hasn't done all the things that we claim for. We let the world get the way. This world is a mess. Why? And then we want to leave it and kiss this world goodbye and take the good old gospel ship and go far beyond the sky? Well, we are sick people, you know that? We let this world get so bad, and then we want to leave this world. And I'm going to explain to you, all of you. I'm not going to do it right now. I need to talk to business. Jeff Bezos, you're the richest man in the world. Satoshi, you're right neck and neck with him, especially right now when Bitcoin went over $60,000. Okay, you're at your high. You're both vulnerable. Right now, Amazon's feeling the recessions are starting, and that his business is falling off. Satoshi, you're at your high of your game right now, but you know that's almost gone down to nothing before. You went down to a low of 19,000 or something like that. Only a few years ago. What I'm trying to say is all of you are vulnerable, but now you're going to find out how vulnerable you are. I'm a representative of God. You don't believe in God? I'll stop for a second. I'm going to tell you guys where God is. He's right up here. Okay? In the Bible, it does have Psalms 139 that tells you that God knew your parents when they made you in secret. That day that God chose your father and let him in, that embryo, he followed your father in and closed the door. No man has two fathers. And he gave life. Part of God, his donation, along with your father's donation, entered that embryo and gave it life. And both lives, God and you, were yet unperfected. In other words, you didn't have any looks yet. But you both grew to look exactly like each other. God was created in your image. Okay? In your image. So you want to know what God looks like? It looks exactly like you. I was a crane operator 35 years. Nobody came between me and my levers but God. We know? And I can't pull a lever unless God pulls a lever first. He's got to pull a lever or push a button for me to move first. So look in the mirror. You want to see what God looks like? Look exactly like yourself. Self-explanatory. You want to believe anything else? Then go right ahead. But also, if you don't believe anything else, don't take this offer or get involved with God's coin. Okay? Don't do this. Refuse it. Now, what I want you to do, Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump, Satoshi Nakamoto, Bill Gates, is to take at least $1 billion, if not the whole $4 million apiece. But I'm telling the whole world right now, do the same thing. Everybody in this world has the same offer because this is on YouTube. You hear the same thing, take it. Because I'm offering this to the thing, but if they let you down, they can't afford to let you down because their reputation's on the line too, because the world's going to see what they do. They're going to see what you do. But they need to invest too. They don't need to wait on you. They just go ahead and invest too. And what you guys are doing, because like I know the horse is going to be winning tomorrow, okay? It won't be actually tomorrow, but it'll be next Monday, okay? Next Monday is the race, okay? And that's in the winner, and that's going to be God. Next Monday, everybody better go buy the Burundian franc. Buy it. Buy as many Burundian francs as you can. Buy Burundian francs. Right now, it takes 3,500 Burundian francs to make $1. If it's 3,500 Burundian francs to make $1, I want everybody in this world to go buy as many as you can. So you're going to have millions and billions, you know. Jeff Bezos, you're going to have billions of Burundian francs. Satoshi, you'll have billions of Burundian francs. So will you, Donald Trump and Bill Gates. Good. Because on Monday morning, that's where who's going to win the race is me. Why? I represent God. God's passing. Going to buy Burundian francs. Only Burundian francs. No other currency in the world. God's coin. Go to the bank. Go to a bank, and I want every bank in the world to show up in Burundi on Monday morning. You show up Monday morning, you be ready to take accounts. There's 15 million people in Burundi. I'm going to round that off to 20 billion. So I'm going to assume there's 20 billion people in Burundi, because I'm not going to stop until each one has their own share. Because once whatever's compiled by Monday, I'm going to tell every Burundi, get yourself to the bank. And I'll divide whatever I've collected. I'm going to divide that by 20 million. It gives me a little room. There's supposed to be 15 million people. So I'm going to divide it by 20. And when I divide it by 20, that's what the Burundian franc will be worth. And it will always be worth that much. Because it's going to be one Burundian franc will be worth one God's coin. That's what the God's coin will be worth. Whatever it ends up being. Okay? Is what? Now, as I go to each country, it's going to take Burundi like next week. Who's going to refuse it? Coming to the bank to inherit millions. Hundreds of thousands of God's coins. Burundian francs. instantly that everybody has the money to move, buy their own home, build their own home, buy cars, do whatever they want to do. This is what's going to happen at the bank, because everybody will make sure that phone companies, all the phone representatives, Apple, Samsung, anybody that has a phone, get to Burundi and try to get the banks to pass out your phone to everybody that's 18 years old or older. When you get this phone to everybody that's 18 years old or older, you set up the banking for them. You take a screenshot of the person. You take a screenshot of the family on the inside lock savers. Then you take banking photos of the same thing, but take those for your website, banking website. Profiles that you need, and with the family members on another one, because you're going to set up the banking, each 18-year-old for the banking for the whole family. Everybody will have a God's Coin account, from the newborn to the oldest person in the household. But the 18-year-olds will have to come to the bank to do the banking. So the banks of the world, you will have to stay. I don't care if they're tents with guards around it. You will have to stay, and you'd have to build brick and mortar as you go. You'll have the money to do so, because now the banks of the world are going to actually, every bank in this world is going to be part of that 9 billion people in this world. Everybody will have an account, a God's Coin account. Why are they going to have an account? Because you can't afford not to have an account. Because I'm going to get, what person in Burundi is going to turn down an account and be by principle? I don't believe in your God. Then don't get the God's Coin. Yeah, they're going to believe in my God, because my God's a living God. The title of my church is God's Living Ministry. I will be considered the founder, the sole proprietor, the CEO of God's Living Ministry, but it's not true, because God is. God's the founder. He's the originator. I'm just the messenger. I'm God's messenger. I'm in Burundi, Bujumbura, Burundi. And because of the nature of my beard and the way I look, God, they call me Perry Felice. Next Christmas, I plan to come back here to be Perry Felice in the costume. But getting off that, Burundi will be recovered this next week. It better be. Because God is being nice right now. And he's telling the world, come on. If they don't step up and do it, then we'll do it. You do it. Have some sense. Understand. You're helping a country that needs it anyway. Recently in Bujumbura, it was an amazing country. I came here, 3 weeks ago. And I came here, these people are amazing. There's no trash on the ground. Belgium must be doing a great job with this country, because for whatever the litter laws is, there's no litter on the ground, so there's no flies. And the people are all wearing nice clothes, and they're always clean. Always clean. But in this last week, last 2 weeks, everything went haywire. It started out with the electricity went off for 8 days in a row. When they can't, you have no power, you don't have any internet, you don't have any Wi-Fi. It went crazy. 8 days without lights. Now it's the petrol. Petrol's not here. They're not bringing it in. The majority of the petrol comes from the Norwegian countries. Comes to Burundi from the Norwegian countries. Followed by the United States, by Nigeria, and I think it's Uganda. Okay, but I'm saying the majority of it comes from the Norwegian countries. For whatever reason, they're doing this. They're like boycotting the oil. Of course, that electricity was first. And for whatever reason, it's gone down. Then now it's the oil, and now it's evened out the water. Marcel that's here had 5 jugs of water hauled in here by a boy on a bicycle. These are like 5-gallon jugs. Okay, so 25. That boy on the bicycle had 2 boys helping to hold the bicycle up and guide it with 25 gallons of water on it that he had to buy for his house. And Marcel's got money because he's a professional. I'm trying to make a point here. The reason why it's gotten so bad, I know what the reason is. It's because there's an old saying, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Not no more. The world has gone backwards, been going backwards. And what I'm going to try to tell you is it's not going to go backwards anymore. Nobody's going to bring back the past. The past is in the past. It's the future now. In the future, God's going to bail out every country, but what every country's going to have, they're going to get the money first. Then they're getting the phone at the same time, and they're getting their banking done by phone. What else does this phone do? Well, this phone, everybody that's 18 years old and older, it's going to be registered to vote. What do you do now? What do you do now? Everybody is registered to vote, and they're voters. So when you're voters, it means that the first vote will be that you can vote from phone by phone, with your phone, from home. If this thing can do your banking because it's got facial recognition, voice recognition, fingerprint, grip identification, plus all the information inside it, nobody there can't be anywhere more safer than that for the banks or for voting. And so when you're voting from your home, that's further assurance that you're not going to be intimidated. Somebody's going to take it, have to make your mind. You in your own home. The next vote's going to be that everybody can vote 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. While government opens its doors to being scrutinized on reality TV. In the United States, that means the Congress, the Senate, and any committee that's working on anything that's got to be voted on will be seen on reality TV and voted on by the people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People can be voted out faster than they're voted in. So that's the second thing that God's been waiting on this phone for about 2,500 years. But now he has a good one. I mean, I got the good one. I got Apple. This is Apple 13, but it's still, and it's broken, cracked. But I will get a new one, especially after next week if everything works out. Go to Burundi and buy the Burundian franc. Whatever's collected between now and next Monday will be divided by 20 million, and the people are free to come get their share. I will give every Burundian 10 God's coins apiece. Okay? Now, every share is a God's coin. Okay? So that actually every member of that family is going to have 10 shares of God's coin. So all of a sudden now that's changed because it's now no longer 20 million. Well, it's still going to be 20 million. I'm just going to put the numbers out there. I'll work that out, but what I'm saying is the fact of the matter is everybody go get the God's coin. I mean, the Burundian dollar, and I'm buying the God's coin. By issuing God's coin. I'm going to give everybody a God's coin for opening an account. Actually 10 God's coin in Burundi. So what I guess I'm trying to say, and I'm getting a little bit confused because I'm thinking about this at the same time. I don't want to get myself in a jam, but I do know God will work the details out. You guys just go get the thing, because the winner is going to be God. Okay? Because when Burundi falls, the next country that's going to go is even poorer than here, but I didn't know about it at the time. I didn't go to Sierra Leone. I came to Burundi thinking it was the worst country in the world. Sierra Leone's is 99,000 Sierra Leones to $1. Burundians paid $3,500 to the dollar. As you go to the countries, each country will have its differentiation between it and the dollar. I think in Colombia, South America, it's $2,500 to thing, and it'll be figured out. When it gets to the United States, guess what? The people in the United States will have to end up paying at least $50,000 to buy a God's coin. So you're going to want, you hear that now, Jeff Bezos, you hear that Satoshi, you hear that Donald Trump and Bill Gates, okay? What I'm saying is, it's only the next word that comes out my mouth, putting it on the New York Stock Exchange. I don't have to even do that. I just say the word. What I'm going to pay and take for a God's coin, because I'm not selling stock. I'm just setting out the word what I want for a God's coin. I can do that. I'm CEO, remember? I'm God's representative. I'm the one that decides how much the God's coins will be worth. And when I tell you that every God's coin is going to cost Americans $50,000, there's 244 million people in America. Round that off to 250 million, a quarter billion people in the United States. If you take a quarter billion people and you multiply it by $50,000, you're going to come up with like $1.3 trillion. Okay? Meaning it will take like 4 God's coins to pay off the national debt of $34 trillion and still have money left over. There won't be no national debt. National debt be wiped out by God's coin. Under God's new world, education will be free. Everything will be free. Daycare will be free. Old folks' homes, nursing homes, retirement homes, things like that, they'll all be free. There won't be any Social Security because everything's free. Okay? So the reason why everything's free is because every person there is in the military that is 18 years old or older, or to 40 years old. They'll be in the military. The whole family, who's ever 18 years old in the family with the parents, will go to an assigned place. They will learn for a year, for 12 months, because one weekend a month for 12 months. The family and the oldest children, 18 years old and older, will report to a place, and they will take emergency medical technician training and learn to save lives. And they'll take a year of that. 12 months. 12 weekends. They'll also shoot AR-15s or AK-47s, whatever kind of guns they have in their country, the best gun. And they'll shoot them. And they'll certify for a year on shooting. After a year, and some that even know how to shoot and stuff like that, so be it. Because what's going to happen is once you are certified, if you get certified early, or say you're already a nurse or you're already a doctor or something like that, you're already certified, you simply will not have to make those meetings. Okay? But you could help teach those meetings too. You know what I'm saying? And the same with you people that know how to shoot, you can help others shoot. So during that weekend, this is say your time is theirs for 1 weekend a month. Whether you know, and you'll be given a gun safe and your own personal weapon to put inside your home after after one person's certified in the home. For all the rest, where they'll receive their own personal weapons, their gun belt, their bulletproof vests, body armor, helmet, they're gonna a taser, billy clubs, radio, gun belt, flashlights, whatever a normal police officer would get is their normal stock issue. And everybody will keep it in their home, in an arsenal, a gun belt that's capable of holding everybody's stuff. It'll be in their homes, ready on call to aid medical emergencies, the police, national emergencies, fires, whatever's going on by the National Guard. You're going to be issued regular rounds and rubber bullets. And you will have to shoot those on your own time, after work, on weekends, whenever you got. You're going to be required to shoot those box of bullets, or you're going to lose God's. You're going to be buying your own rounds. You won't be buying. You'll be losing your God's coins. Instead of getting paid God's coins, you're going to lose God's coins for not practicing. You'll learn martial arts. A specific martial art too is Kempo. The Kempo is a martial art that says it's a willingness. It's not really a martial art. It's a willingness. It's a martial art, but we only make the moves that are willing, that break or dislocate bones. We stop bites. In Kempo, there's going to be a first strike. It's made by you. It's made by me. But there's not going to be a second strike because we don't fight. We end fights. Kempo's been around a long time, but they try to teach it like it's a martial art. It's not a martial art. It's a willingness to stop fights. IP Man, the same way. When he uses it, it's very similar. We're in close contact. We charge a person. We don't step away to be kicked. We're charging you. We're sidestepping you. We're going around you. We're in close quarters with you. Steven Seagal uses it all the time, tying people with hands and arms. But it's still a willingness to break somebody's hands and feet, wrists, elbows, knees, toes, and put that into the fight for each opponent that wants to. And that's what they'll learn to do. Besides the judo and jiu-jitsu that they have to learn that have balance. But now they'll be learning martial arts. But what I'm trying to say is everybody will bail out Burundi first. They'll go get that Burundian franc. By Monday, we'll know how much every Burundian gets. Because they'll be announced to come get it, whatever there is. And they'll continue to go in. Everybody can still buy the Burundian franc while it's there. So it's going to grow and go up and down. I mean, it's not going to go down. It's going to go up every time. Well, it could go down because it's going to be starting out with such a heavy blast at the beginning. But it's still going to be nothing like, losing it all. And nobody can lose it all. Next country will be Sierra Leone. We'll do Sierra Leone the following week. I'm talking to the world now. We're not just you 4 people in there, but I'm hoping to God that Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, or Satoshi send me a private plane and come get me. I want to talk to all 4 of you privately or all together at once. God has a lot to tell you people, and it's not bad. Nothing's bad. They don't want to bank. God's not there to bankrupt you or turn it around. God's not there to point finger against you. Even though he's got a lot to say about the churches and teach you about the churches, it's not about you guys and your commerce. He's taking this world over by money, by the phone being boats, and by the military people being... What happened in Palestine will never happen again. Because those people will have an armor. They would have been breaking in a home with an arsenal, an armory. You see what I'm trying to say? So this phone, God's been waiting on the phone. That's why he started talking to me. And ever since he started talking to me, he hasn't stopped talking to me. I get a lot of stuff to tell churches. I was saying that on the last video, but I'm not going to. I'll put it on there if you want to hear it. I'm going to still put it on next to this video, but this is one to get to the straight to the point of the money. If Burundi doesn't convince this world that God is serious and God is here, Sierra Leone definitely should shake up the whole world, and they should be waiting for the next call. The next call will be in the Congo. In the Congo is the new Republic of the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo. They're having a lot of trouble there right now. That's why I was planning to go there next, and I thought I was just waltz through Africa. No, you just don't waltz through Africa, especially with what's going on right now. In the Congo right now, their resources is cobalt, and they have military in there trying to steal their minerals. And so there's a lot of things going on right now. It's just like it is here. I put up with 8.5 days of no lights. I put up with the no Wi-Fi. I put up with the... Well, I didn't put up with it. I didn't put up the idea, but they cut off the people's petrol. They haven't shipped it in. The gas stations are closed. Don't know when they're going to get any more. This is not right, but I know why it's happening. It's because the world is following the direction of... They said, it's because of this situation with God. It all runs down to that. It's all a thing of spirituality. It's what Jesus warned us. We don't war with ourselves, but the things we unseen. It's all because God. This is the nearing the end, and this is not the apocalypse like it was written about by Paul. Yes, he wrote Revelation, and that's what is on the other thing. So if you religious people want to hear about religion, listen to the other video where it actually shows some footage of me staying in my room and stuff like that. Look at that video. If you're curious to find out what God has against the church, then look at that other video. For this one, I'm sticking to Jeff Bezos. I'm sticking to Donald Trump. I'm sticking to Satoshi and Bill Gates and the world. Remember, the world. Buy the Burundian franc. Start buying it tomorrow. By the day that you see this, this is going on YouTube on Monday. From Monday to next Monday, we're going to see what's collected. And then I will make the announcement over the video for everybody in Burundi to get themselves to Burundi. And the banks and things, and everybody in Burundi to go get a God's Coin account and get your share of the money. And whoever's going to, then I said, we're going to Sierra Leone, then we're going to the Congo, then we're going to Central Africa. After Central Africa, we're going to Sudan. We're going to go one country at a time. As each one falls, the world's going to understand God is real. God's living ministry, as I said, I founded it, I started it, I'm the sole proprietor of it, but God is actually the founder of this. I don't have a share. I mean, I have a share of the ministry, but I don't keep my share. I just use out of the funds. I use out of the funds for the plane tickets, for what I gotta have, and I don't try to live high and fancy, and I don't go on Rolls Royces. I might fly first class every now and then if that's all right with y'all. But y'all can vote me out of getting that too by just let me know. Hey, if you got somewhat against me, let me know. But if you're gonna criticize me, you know, don't criticize yet, because you know nothing about what's going on. Don't even criticize at all. If you got something against me or God, then don't take God's coin. Simple as that. Don't even think about taking God's coin. Hold out. It's got to get to everybody in the world. But if you want to try to sit there and make your point, go right ahead. Okay, I'm going to go right now. That's enough. I'm letting this go now because I can hear them going to come in on me, and I don't want that to happen. Goodbye.